And as far as academics go, it's very difficult here. It certainly wasn't like it was going to be at Groves High School. I certainly wasn't the 4.0 student. I was probably a high 2.0 student, 2.6, 2.7. So academics were a little bit of a challenge for me, but through the hard work that I learned through Coach and the teachers kicking my butt and not letting me get away with anything, and my mother always telling me, you're going to have the hardest teacher and the easiest teacher, I particularly didn't care for that, but I made it through it, and with a lot of hard work and a lot of support, it was probably the greatest 4 years of my life, and certainly planted a seed for my athletic career that I'll talk about here in the future. I'd like to talk a little bit about the athletics, and to forget about Norm Krausak, my defensive line coach. I can't do that. He's the guy that was always there for me. We were in the corners running 350s, the far corner. Basel, we always used to make fun of Norm because he had a lisp. Instead of saying set, he would always say, it's kind of such a funny thing. But, you pick little things off the coaches that you make fun of, but those are the things that you remember, and those are the great things that make, coming here and being part of such a great organization. It's just a great thing. Coach Ricasa, again, I want to congratulate you on an outstanding career, and you're nothing short of a class act, and your family's a class act, and I'll tell you what, I can't stand going to agilities, but what you basically drove into my mind was without hard work, you can't achieve anything. And I don't know if you've ever been to an agility drill back in the day when he had some piss and vinegar, and he still got some, but he had a lot more back then. I think I threw up 3 times in that bucket over there for doing down-ups, but those are things that, the alarm clock would ring at 5:45, and I don't want to go, but you would go, and eventually got my chocolate bunny. We received a chocolate bunny if you made every one of them. So little things like that. Like the slogans that you had, one of the slogans I remember is, life's battles won't always go stronger, faster man, but to the man that thinks he can. And I think you need to all listen to that. That speaks volumes in anything and can apply to anything in any business. Another thing that you used to tell me quite a bit is that I was keeping my mouth open to talk, was to keep your mouth shut, Lodish. And you're one of the only guys that call me Lodish, by the way. It's Lodish, Coach. I got stage. I didn't think I was going to forget that. But, I just want to tell you again, thank you for being there for me and humbling me when you needed to. Especially when I told Mrs. Dewey that this test sucked, and he pulls me out of homeroom and says, you're not playing in the state or the playoff game against Seahome. Well, I made 2 call mistakes that week. I told Mrs. Dewey that this surprise test sucked, and I threw snow on the football, and I lied about it. So I got a 15-yard penalty, but we kicked Seahome's butt. And that year, we were state champions, and we were number 3 in the country in the USA Today poll. So that's a great honor. One last guy I want to thank as far as football, and I would be remiss not to, is a guy named Coach Kalsinski. Coach Ricasa prepared us with dedication and discipline like Vince Lombardi would. Coach Kalsinski was probably the toughest individual I've ever seen in my life. He had game plans at 16 years old that were probably 25 pages deep. And I looked at him and I said, Coach, I don't read past 20 pages. So, what am I going to do here? And he goes, hey, Lodish, don't worry about it. Just study. All right, thanks, Coach. Get your ass on the field. So, but his intensity, if you knew him, his intensity was outstanding. And he was prepared. And he taught me about preparation. He taught me about studying the opponent and knowing everything that they do. He knew every play. He knew every single thing, and I was a very intense player, and I really took to Coach Cal. And thank God we had 300 guys playing football, 100 in the varsity, 100 JV, and freshmen, because I was so out of shape I couldn't go both ways. I played defensive line the whole time I was here, and again I'd like to acknowledge Dave Vosrigo, who was one of my best friends, that was my defensive end next to me for 2 years, and without him, we probably wouldn't have locked down that left side of that defense in that state championship year. So, Boz, I love you, man. Thanks for being here. You don't need to coach. You know, clap for him. He's all right. What did it mean to go to Brother Rice, and what did it do for me? Well, it opened up my athletic career. If I would have gone to Groves, I probably would have gotten a scholarship just on talent alone, but I wasn't nationally recognized because of Coach Picasso's efforts for 25 years or so before that, and the great state championships and the great players that came before me. I was voted as an all-state player my junior year, first team. I was voted then as a great All-American my senior year, and I basically could have gone to any college I wanted to. I'd like to also make mention that my father was an all-state or all-American football player at U of D, all-American class president, and went on to a full ride at Notre Dame. Excuse me. Okay. Coming to Brother Rice and being a great player and being coached by great coaches allowed me to go to UCLA. And that really opened the door for me. My defensive line coach at UCLA, Greg Robinson, who now is the defensive coordinator at the University of Michigan, ended up being my defensive coordinator at the Denver Broncos. We both went in the league in 1990. I was a 10th round selection. I was too small. I was too short. But I had the will that I was taught by Coach Picasso and the athletic department and the academic staff here to dominate and win by attrition. And if you get knocked down, you better get your butt back up and make sure that you come back 110% every single time. And that's what I did. I was drafted because of a game that we were getting our butts whipped at UCLA, Arizona, 42-7. John Butler, who was the scout at Buffalo, told me after I made the team that the reason why I drafted you is because even though you guys were losing, you kept playing. And again, I go back to you, Coach. That's because of your motives and Coach Kalzinski's motives to never ever give up. You must never ever give up in life or anything else. And believe me, life can knock us down. I've experienced it myself. I'm sure everybody else has here. But Brother Rice has given me probably 6 or 7, no more than that, I would say 8 championship rings. I won a state championship, I won a Rose Bowl championship, I won 4 AFC championships, and I won 2 world championships. So without going to Brother Rice, I don't know if I would have been able to play at a higher level or been exposed to go to UCLA with such great players in UCLA like Troy and Ken Norton Jr. and guys like Eric Turner who passed away. But more importantly, I'd just like to now say thank you to my family for all the support that you've given me. My mom, my dad. They had good work, 42 years ago, man. It's great work. Just being there, understanding. Some of you got it, it's okay. But that was clean, by the way. But thank you to my sister Kelly. You're awesome. Thank you for being there for me, happy girl. Michael, Quiggs, thanks for being here, Quiggs. Mr. Bosrico, all my boys over there, and of course my TBS boys, Table 22. Thanks for coming to support me tonight. Thank you very much. In closing, I'd just like to say thank you to the best thing that ever happened to me is my son Max Lodish right next to me. 5.5 years ago, I was proud enough to be a daddy. Well, maybe 6.5 years ago because of the 40-week thing. But hopefully he'll be a warrior, and we've got some hockey practice tomorrow, and hopefully he'll play some football. But whatever he wants to do, I'll support him. He doesn't have to be an athlete. I just want him to do something to the very best of his ability always. And that's the way I want to live my life. We don't always do that, but we got to learn from our mistakes. So in closing, I'd just like to say thank you to everybody that put this on, Amy, Ed Schaefer, Renee, John Bernie, and all of you for supporting Brother Rice. And I know I'll be a warrior for life. Thank you very much.